The third IACLE World Congress on Contact Lens Education was a tremendous success. We covered all sorts of aspects of contact lens education during this week-long meeting in Manchester. We covered topics such as the business of contact lenses and how we can grow the market worldwide. We had a session on how to inspire your students so they're able to learn to the best of their ability. We looked at things like evidence-based practice and how we can incorporate this in our contact lens education. In this highlights video, though, what we'd like to do is to bring together the more technology-based elements of our conference so that you're able to see the best parts of our meeting and hopefully bring this to your own contact lens teaching. I'm going to be talking about the Evernote system, which I've used extensively, which is a way of working paperlessly while storing all the information that you collect in the cloud. The first reason why I love the Evernote product is it's able to collect information from everywhere. So a handwritten document, a photograph, something that you found on the web or in an email can be all sent to this single place. The second reason why I think it works really well is that all the information that you generate can be easily shared with colleagues, perhaps in the case of a collaborative lecture, or with students, particularly research students, if you want to keep a record of what you've discussed with them. The third great attribute of Evernote is everything that is put into the system is digitally processed. So it can be found at a later time. For example, if you handwrite a document or you've put something through a scanner or even taken a photograph with your mobile phone, all of the information is processed and therefore is available for finding later on when you really need it.
A virtual learning environment or web-based learning platform is an online service that allows teachers to provide students with material to support traditional learning styles. At Aston University, we use a virtual learning environment called Blackboard. In the final year of the optometry programme, for example, all the lectures are recorded using PowerPoint with a voiceover. So the lecturer narrates the PowerPoint slides and then publishes those on the virtual learning environment. But the student controls the way that they receive that information, so they control the delivery and the pace of that information. So when the student turns up to the seminar and the lecturer is present, that time is precious. Let's use that time in the best way possible.
People have learnt the same way for many years, except in the recent years things have dramatically changed. And our students have changed dramatically. They don't learn the same way anymore. And I think that is what teachers and lecturers have to adapt. And the only way for them to adapt is to start adopting the newer approaches and technology that they can offer. There are a lot of small learning management systems which are available to yourself, such as Alademy. And Alademy is free for teachers, providing that you make your resources available to anyone in the world. And you even have on Alademy a way of actually charging for your material and actually earning an income. Another one which is being taken on by many universities now is Canvas, and Canvas has a free for teachers account, which means you can use it completely freely and create some very intuitive, extremely good courses available, and you can just invite people to take your courses.
In this video I'm going to look at Explain Everything iTunes U. iTunes U is free. It allows you to create a course, your own instructor profile, and then put your whole course outline together, and it's really simple to use. It allows you to distribute materials to your students. The flexibility of this as I then deliver this course later on is another great power of it. Explain Everything is a very cheap app that gives me an interactive whiteboard on my iPad. The power of Explain Everything is actually on several levels. First of all, at the bottom here I've got a record button. So if I tap on this little red button, I'm now recording my voice. I can annotate what I want to have as a diagram, say. Tap on the plus here, bring in an image from my photos. That's a very quick overview of Explain Everything and why it's so powerful, but also how easy it is to use.
Augmented reality is a real game changer in education. It can be used to literally show students the educational concepts that we're talking about. So rather than having students looking at textbooks or describing to them what something looks like, imagine students being able to see what you're talking about. You're basically looking through the augmented reality lens, which is typically like a camera, and you can see the real world, but then things are appearing that are not actually there. And those things are computer generated graphics, video, audio, and basically the limit to it is your imagination.
Nearpod is very much a game changer in the way that we're dealing with education. Nearpod can take your existing PowerPoint presentations and transform them into your classroom. For example, we can take an ordinary PowerPoint, you upload it into Nearpod, you can then start adding the interactions that you require to engage with your audience. You can put in polls, you can put in quizzes, you can show them videos, web pages, Twitter feeds. But what's more powerful, it works on every device, it works on any PC cluster, and you control the classroom. So you may have a group of people in front of you, which will be 30 students or as much as 500 students, but you control everyone's screen. That is the power of Nearpod.
Here I am in ShowB, logged in as a teacher. A teacher's account or a student account can be created for free. Now ShowB allows you to create a class, name the class, and this code that you see here is the code that you would give to your students when they log in. And what happens is that the students who've joined the class, their names will come up here, and the whole idea of ShowB is that we can select this shared folder, and anything that we do in this right hand pane will go to all the students. So ShowB is basically a marking, feedback, distribution tool. Its power is its simplicity, and that it just sits there, very simple interface, allowing you to communicate with your students very, very effectively.
We all share something in common. We all teach contact lenses to our students, and it was something an experience which is overwhelming to explain. But I think overall it was a great experience to be a part of this big meeting. It's not that we just learned at the meeting and used it for our students, but we also translated it to the other educators in India. And I think that was important because the learning needs to be shared and to be passed on.
The third IACLE World Congress on Contact Lens Education was an amazing success, and I want to thank all of the delegates who attended and made it such a good meeting, and of course acknowledge the support of our sponsors who made it possible. If you'd like to learn more about this area and gain access to notes, recorded lectures and a wide range of other resources, please visit the IACLE website, iacle.org.